So in this video, I wanted to talk about developing the self-image of a non-quitter. I know a couple people, I don't know very many people who have this mentality, but I personally have had it since I was like a very small child. I don't know. I'm truly blessed to have this. And I don't know many people who do, but having a non like for okay, so here I'll just tell you how I sort of came about achieving it. Um, and obviously this is like a very chance scenario, so I can't expect you to just like go do this yourself. But when I was a kid, like it's just like such a random scenario or whatever, but when I was a kid, I was like doing some, I think it was like some baseball shit, I don't know, I just couldn't hit the ball or something, and I was like, oh man, I want to go inside, I don't want to do this anymore. And my dad was like, what are you gonna do, quit? And that just resonated with me so hard. I don't quit anymore. Like there's a here's the caveat, right? There's a difference between quitting something because it's hard and like pivoting or leaving something because it literally doesn't align to you or to your goals at all. So for example, like if I've signed up for a sport and it's like it's just not like it I have too much work to do in my like regular goals, like I'm my workouts and my school and like my family and all this and just other things that I have to do are being interrupted by that sport, I'll just kind of lax off that sport, and I don't I like I it's not a priority, so it's not like you know, it's more of a pivot than a quit. So there's a difference between pivoting and quitting, but like it's a nuance. So I can't really explain that deep, but the example I wanted to provide was specifically in my life right now is for running. So I just did a cross country race yesterday. So we ran 5K through the bush, and that was really fun. But this mentality of being a non quitter, like I didn't win or anything, but certainly didn't get last. That certainly didn't get last. But when I was running through the bush, right, I got a good head start, whatever. And then I leaned off the gas because you can't sprint 5K, right? Also, didn't really train that much for this. So, but these guys kept like coming up and passing me. They kept like sprinting up, and then they would stop and walk, and then they would sprint up again and then stop and walk. But I every single time I would pass them because I just kept a decent like solid like non-walking pace. I just said at the beginning of the race, I'm not gonna walk this entire race. Boom. Beat all the guys who fucking walked. Every single one who walked, they were all behind me. So I don't know like how to really explain how to get this or how to develop this. But like another example, I started working out in grade 8. It's now grade 12. I've worked out every single almost not almost every day for like 4 years straight at this point, all right? That's all because of this mindset. Like I didn't get to like this peak of my health. I didn't get to this peak of my physique. I didn't get to like my peak in academics because because I because I was like, oh, this is too hard. I'm just not gonna do it today. You know, I stuck to that shit. I did what I said I was gonna do. I never walked that 5K. I fucking even if I had to hobble, I ran that shit. I didn't slow down to walk because I knew if I slowed down to walk, that period of the race is wasted. It's like instant loss. So if you the best advice that I could give you to develop a non-quitting mindset would be every single time you start something, for example, you start working out, or I'm just going to give the example of running because that's what really applied to me, but every single time you start a run, you're going to set the goal to not walk because it's a run. You're not supposed to walk on a run. If it's a 5K run, you say, I'm not going to walk. Your times improve dramatically, if that's all you do is don't walk, you're golden, bro. And then you just have to improve upon that. Like, it's literally, I can't emphasize how important this is to have a non-quitting mindset. It's like unreasonably important, as to like, this is like an incredibly potent skill to have, is to not quit. It certainly doesn't apply all the time, like to sports and things like that, such as I said. Like if you pick up skiing and you're like, I'm never gonna quit skiing, but you just hate skiing, and you're like, I'm never gonna become a pro skier. I want to become a doctor. I'm never gonna become this. I want to become that. Like skiing's literally the side of your life. Then you can drop it. That's fine. That's not quitting. That's not having quitting mentality. That's like that's just dropping something that doesn't literally doesn't make sense for your life. But yeah, yeah, you just need to set goals beforehand and just think of yourself like, I'm not the type of guy who quits. I'm not the type of guy who fails anything at my own accord. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the type of guy who would lose a race because I got lazy and I just sat down on the course and I was like, my legs kind of hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that guy. I'm the guy who ran the whole thing, even though my fucking chest was hurting, even though I couldn't breathe, even though my throat was so dry. You know, even though I'm sweating all over the place, I'm dripping in sweat. It's like hot as balls out. I'm the guy who runs the whole way, no matter what. So hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight. Hopefully, I don't know if I got my point across as much as I wanted to or not, but hopefully I got it across a little bit, and hopefully you gained a little bit of value from this. So yeah, have a good day.